It's 50 days to a new decade. What were your best moments of this decade? Living in Germany for 1 year, unforgettable moments. What made it unforgettable? Smiley face. Oh my. Where can I start? Going to Germany was my dream. It was the only thing I wanted to do in this life. I was 18 when I first traveled to Germany all on my own, to discover the country and learn German. And oh man, it was a dream come true. The people I've met were amazing. The historical places I've visited were mind-blowing. It was also my first time ever seeing or even touching snow in my life. It was hilarious how people couldn't wrap their head around the fact that I haven't seen or touched snow for 18 years. I also must not forget Oktoberfest, drinking beer, dancing, and singing with friends. I don't know what to say really. There are many more memories. I think a comment would not be enough to express everything. But hey Germans, ich liebe euch alle. Thank you for the good memories. Wo hast du vorher gelebt? The first time I paid off all my outgoing expenses for the month by writing fiction. It's what I wanted to do ever since I was a kid. And let me tell you, boys and girls, there's not a feeling in the world like it. It's been my full-time job for about 6 years now, and I'm grateful every day. May I ask name of the titles? Might check it out. Anyway, great achievements. Congratulations. Most of my stuff is linked over on my subreddit. It's largely romance, with a bit of smut sprinkled over the top. You know, for flavor. Meeting my wife. My previous relationship finally ended in the beginning of 10 and I met my now wife in December of that year. I still enjoy her company every single day, and she was easily the best thing to happen in the 10s. Reaching the end of my 6-month chemo treatment last December, I had expected to feel beaten down and done by the end. Instead I felt better than I had in years. Still haven't felt as good as I did in that all too brief period. But now I guess life has a bit more purpose. I don't feel as directionless as I did before. Graduated high school, moved across country by myself, got married, moved 3 more times, watched my mom leave her verbally abusive and lazy husband and marry a much nicer man who has much more in common with her. It's been a great decade and I can't wait to see what the next one brings. I read that as watched my wife leave her verbally abusive and lazy husband and was very confused. Self-awareness is rare. The day I asked my crush of last 8 years, with whom I had planned my whole life without even telling her, and she said no. Finally, my child, you are free. It's a blow for sure. But now you've opened yourself up emotionally for someone even better. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. This is why you're supposed to ask her out before you plan everything. I met the love of my life. Do they know it yet? Good question. Well, let's see. She was giving me the eyes, so I guess that counts, right? I only recently found out what loving someone feels like and what being loved feels like too. Well, explain for the rest of the class. Well, don't bring love to class unless you've brought enough for everyone. I'd say we all have enough love for everyone, it's just a matter of how we express it. I had a kid, bought a house and completely turned my life upside down and right side up again. But just like with snow globes, that's the only way to keep it interesting. Are morbidly beautiful. That's freaking poetry right there. Outrunning the clowns in 2016. I remember someone somewhere saying something along the lines of, I can't believe that in 2016. It's completely irrelevant to say, have fun catching Pokemon. But watch out for clowns. That summer was a magical one. I apologize about Mr. Mime's behavior, he is not like that normally. He is, and you know it. I grew up always wanting a dog. Can't say I've grown up in a mature sense, but I got a dog. I grew up, can't say I've grown up. You just said it. There's another achievement for the list. That was the entire list. Yeah, this decade made me 10 years older too. Finally kicking my opiate addiction's ass. Congrats. Thank you. 3 years and I'm not looking back. Getting married, adopting a dog, buying a house. That time I got 2 onion rings in my French fries. Everything else pales in comparison to the last one. The 2 onion rings were probably an omen to show 2 wedding rings. A solid maybe. More like the 2 wedding rings were an omen foreshadowing the 2 onion rings. Damn, so many. 2011 I started dating my wife. Graduated high school, toured Europe with a national honors choir, and started college. 2012 I spent an awesome month traveling at Southern Africa. 2015 I got engaged. 2016 I graduated college and got married. 2017 I fulfilled a long-time dream of moving to Colorado. Took myself to emergency services rather than driving my car into a tree like I wanted. Sounds depressing, but I'm super proud that I asked for help. A year later I joined a roller derby league. I'm fighting through it all. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up in a way I did not expect. Thank you all for the kind wishes. Less than 3. It's very hard to get help when you're going through that. You have every right to be proud. And you're very strong for that. I'm glad to hear you made it through. Being depressed often sounds depressing when talked about, but I don't think that's a fair reason to feel guilty about bringing it up. It's a big accomplishment in my book and is definitely something worth tooting your horn for. I've been thinking about joining a roller derby league for years. How is it? Surviving the end of the world, aka the 21st of December 2012. I am convinced that the true end of the world was this: entering an alternate dimension where the most bizarre, off-the-wall shit happens daily. You know how, in some games, after you pass a certain round, the game ends but you can continue in free play mode. The game ended in 2012. We're just in free play mode. I'd like to change my character from me to summer clothes me, like in Lego video games. Man, I'm 24. Like, all important stuff of my life happened in this decade. First girlfriend, college, graduated college, first job, too many to choose from really. I am also born in 95. Have we figured out which generation we are yet? Millennials or Gen Z? It seems to change every month. Fellow 95 here, I think consensus is millennial, but I'm unsure. Zillennial. Graduated high school, got out of that toxic relationship before marrying that psycho, moved out of parents' home, beat suicidal depression, graduated college with an engineering degree, met a girl and got engaged, got married, got the wife pregnant, kid won't be here till 2020, rented first apartment, bought first house, got first career job, been a doozy of a decade. That's a hell of a ride. Glad you're doing good now, smiley face. I bought a house, got married, sold that house, moved into a new house and had a son. It has been a crazy decade for me and my family, but it has been amazing. Got out of a long relationship, found myself, started going back to school, and just today my barista asked me out. Bro, I am so hyped because I totally was crushing on her. Oh, also, I am cancer-free, but this girl is probably the highlight. You should tell her that when she asked you out it felt better than beating cancer. It's one hell of a compliment. Maybe not on the first date, IDK, but at some point she should know how much this means to you. Playing Minecraft in 2018 and building a peaceful house and taming a wolf in a shelter. You can tame shulkers? Question mark. Question mark. Yeah, WTF. You can tame anything if you stop it from killing you. Lost my virginity and self-respect. Gained 40 kilograms and a drinking problem. This was my third decade and I hate it so much. Good job, keep it up. TLDR, doesn't matter, had sex. I wish I didn't waste all my credits.
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox.